Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Deepvue tutorial. Today we'll be covering the estimate revisions that we have here in the platform that allow you to stay up to date on the most current estimates for both earnings as well as sales growth. Now you can find the estimates down here on the bottom within the stats table. If this table isn't open, make sure to go ahead and click this icon up here, and that unlocks that table right there, and you can scroll to the right to see the estimates. And also backwards if you'd like to see any past history for both earnings growth or sales growth. But focusing on these estimates, you can see that right to the right of the number, you can see these arrows here. A blue arrow indicates that the most recent estimate revision, and we update these extremely regularly, so they're always up to date. If it's a blue arrow and pointing upwards, that means that the estimate has been revised upwards. If it's a pink arrow, it means that estimate most recently has been revised downwards. And this is both for quarterly data as well as annual data, which I'll show you how to access in just a second. But just, taking a step back, the reason that this is so important is because institutions and the big players in the market are always focused on where the puck is going. What is the pathway for the stock? And so these estimates and knowing, what they're seeing and what they're projecting in terms of growth for both earnings growth as well as sales growth is extremely important and very helpful when analyzing an overall stock. Because if a stock is in a strong uptrend, developing an uptrend, and you're seeing those estimates really take off and really improve, that can give you more conviction that that uptrend has legs. For instance, going over to SoFi, bring that chart up here, you can see that this is in a pattern that a lot of stock traders like to see. You've got an overall correction that's starting to move up the right hand side. Then looking at the estimates, it's supposed to actually return a profit for the first time ever projected out here in 2024 quarter one. We'll see if that materializes, but it's important to take note of that because these estimates are what the big institutions are looking at in terms of, all right, does this company actually have a pathway towards profitability as well as strong growth, both in terms of earnings and sales growth. So that's where you can find the estimates as well as revisions. And for most companies, we have quite a ways out here, so you can really see that full picture of what we're expecting in terms of those estimates. Also, you can go ahead and give this a click here and switch over to the annual estimates here, and you can see that loaded, and now you've got the same projection on an annual basis. So you can see all of these have been recently revised upwards, and there's a lot of expected growth here compared to the same year a year prior. And if it's on the quarterly basis, going back to that, this growth number here is looking at the same quarter 1 year ago, so you can basically correct for that seasonality. Also, you can see that over here on the right hand side, I've got the annual projections for both earnings as well as sales growth, and it's really helpful to see that pathway right there as well. And you can use this within your screens, you can use this within your data panel, so it's an extremely useful thing to look at, and I highly recommend you focus on these estimates as well as use that data point within some screens looking for that strong projected growth. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys found this useful. Let us know if you have any questions down below, and I'll see you guys in future tutorials. Take care.